Hey guys, welcome to Dark Souls 2. I'm your host for this playthrough of this game. I am J-Ron. I have my co-commentator here with me today. They're on my left.
I'm Kyle.
And
I'm Nick.
And so we're going to be playing through Dark Souls 2.
Brand spanking new release.
Brand spanking new release.
And we could not be more excited.
Dark Souls was probably the best game in, like, the last 5 years or something like that.
I wouldn't go that far, but it's definitely amazing.
I don't know. It's pretty dang straight good for me.
And so now we're going to roll up on the Dark Souls 2 train and see if it lives up to the expectations set by its predecessor.
Seriously, Dark Souls was amazing. We're hoping it's going to be really good just like Kyle said. And so
what we've seen of the game so far has been pretty impressive. We got it at midnight release and tried to do a recording.
Oh, yes.
But it was a little...
Yeah, so I was going to explain that actually. What we're going to do for this playthrough is it's going to be sort of a mashup between a Let's Play, a playthrough, and a walkthrough. Kyle and I will know what we're doing because we're going to go a little bit further, just a little bit. We're not going to play the entire game before playing this playthrough for you guys, but we will know what we're doing in each area. Make sure we guide you through it.
Hopefully.
I mean, you know, sort of. And then there's Nick here, who we brought on board so we can have first-hand reaction, you know, blind kind of play-through person. I don't know what you would call him.
Just kind of a spectator of sorts and here to bring the comedic relief when necessary in such a bleak
It's
world.
always necessary,
It
man.
is always necessary.
Whatever's necessary, cutscene.
Opening cutscene.
Maybe in a dream, a murky, forgotten land. A place where souls may mend your ailing mind. You will lose everything once branded. The symbol of the curse. An augur of darkness. Your past, your future, your very light. None will have meaning, and you won't even care. By then, you'll be something other than human. A thing that feeds on souls, a hollow. Long ago, in a walled-off land far to the north, a great king built a great kingdom. I believe they called it Drang Lake. Perhaps you're familiar. No, how could you be? But one day, you will stand before its decrepit gate without really knowing why. Like a moth drawn to a flame, your wings will burn in anguish. Time after time. is your fate. The fate of the cursed.
Okay, so Kyle and I were talking about how even though it's not quite as epic as the first game, whoa. I just got, okay.
Oh, it's a phantom, okay.
Yeah,
it's like the
whoa.
first one was just sheer epic because of all the conflict and the war with the dragons and everything. But this one is just as intriguing because it's so story, just like, what?
And actually, the second time watching that cutscene, for me personally, a lot of it made a little bit more sense. At the same time, not as much sense. Because when you see him standing at the lake about to fall in, it's like, this is how you get to Dragon Lake.
Drag Lake.
Yeah, and it's like, you won't even know why you're going there. And as the guy's eyes dilated, it's kind of like it consumes you. So I'm really curious what this game is going to all be about. Because you don't get much lead into any of it.
That's the same, like, the way I've heard the game described is that parts of the story are more direct, but that for the most part it's still very vague about the world. If you want to know about the world, you got to look at item descriptions and talk to people.
Yeah, that's just like the first game. I mean,
which I like,
so much of it.
But the main story is more direct.
It's kind of like zero punctuation. He's like, Dark Souls displaying,
Dark Souls has the perfect method of storytelling, which is not telling it.
That's my favorite one. Anyway, so since we have a little bit of a second, let's go over a couple of features that's a little bit different in this game. First of all,
60 frames per second.
Yeah, I mean, which is great. Most importantly is that we have 3 hand slots instead of 2 for each weapon. We have 4 rings, which is incredible.
But rings have durability now.
Yeah.
They can break.
And the thing is, I feel like they're not going to be as good rings, because Havel's is probably not going to exist in this game, because that was pretty broken. Speaking of Havel's, though, that relates to stamina, and not stamina, but how much you can carry.
And stats.
In this game, you can carry as much as you want without going super
Why don't we roll them over
slower.
to the stat screen there and show them what we're talking about.
And so here we have all your player stats, and so we have different ones. Most of them are the same,
just with different names, usually.
Yeah, faith, intelligence, those are the same. Adaptability.
That's how fast you can roll and stuff
which
like
is
that.
really important, because in the last game we had resistance, which nobody used because it was so worthless.
And so now adaptability is rolled in with rolling.
And it also gives you more poise if you increase it, which is super awesome.
It is indeed nice.
Dexterity, the same, is just for good, and it doesn't increase your spells, though.
No, that's what attunement does now.
Strength, same thing. Attunement, actually, like we said, boosts
number of spells is the same thing it did in Dark Souls 1. Now also boosts your casting speed for all types of magic.
Then we have Vitality, attribute that increases your workload. I mean, not workload, but
workload.
I mean,
I don't know, man. I'm really not thinking I can handle these Tuesday papers. I'm just so swamped in paperwork and back taxes
in medieval
right
time
now.
when like a curse is taking over the world, that's what you focus on. Anyways, Vitality, like we said, increases your equipment load. That's where they separated it, because we have Vitality and Endurance, which endurance stamina,
is still the same.
Vitality, equipment low. So they split it between 2, which is actually really good. Because
and then if you don't know what Vigor and HP is, then you just don't deserve to play video games. So.
Vigor is actually interesting, because we're going to probably say Vitality at some point and actually mean HP, because that's what it was called in the last game.
So please, by all means, just if you have any complaints, feel free to file them away.
Yeah, to our description department. I don't know. Speaking of beef jerky monster earlier,
look at us, we're terrifying.
They really didn't go light on this game.
They're so much creepier than the Hollows in Dark Souls 1.
It's just so funny to me.
Oh look, a refuge.
Yeah.
Well, the closest thing you can get to a refuge in Dark Souls.
What seems to be the ruckus?
Oh my. Your face. The face of the curse. It's an undead. An undead has come to play. They all end up here. All the ones like you. You spoke to that kind old dear, didn't you? You're finished. You'll go hollow. Yes, you'll become one of them. Hollows prey upon men, feast upon their souls. This is the fate of the cursed. What is your name?
That is an excellent question.
Creepy old hags, aren't they? I just had a realization. Playing this game as we have, I've noticed not everyone in Drangleic is undead. So I'm curious if that means that the ending of Dark Souls 1, spoiler alert, in which you break the curse of the undead temporarily, means that the curse was reduced and only some people are hollow now, and it's only just starting to come back.
I don't know. I don't think that you broke the curse in the last game.
Well, if you link the fire, you dispel the curse a bit.
I actually personally believe that this game is occurring before you finish the game of Dark Souls 1.
Well, no,
Just so-
I feel like it's after, like, reading some of the item descriptions as I have, but that's a tangent.
It is a hard thing to decide because, I mean, we have absolutely no description of the game so far, so, you know.
And we're trying to be staid and save ourselves with the wisdom. And we're going to go classic with our naming here and go LMFAO.
If you guys are wondering why we're LMFAO, Nick, do you remember how we used to do that?
Yep.
We've probably told this story before, but we'll tell it again. The first
Yeah.
time we ever did a recording together, Josh showed up at my house and wearing an LMFAO shirt, and I was wearing an LMFAO shirt.
Yeah,
so we were like, you know what? We're doing this.
He was sexy and I know it, and I was sorry for party rocking. We're like, LMFAO, man, and we named our character LMFAO. It was so cool.
I feel like we should probably post a picture of us somewhere in the thumbnails, just so they know that we're not gigantic fat nerds wearing LMFAO shirts.
I mean,
think we're cool.
I'm somewhat
Insert
fat.
heavy breathing.
Your own name. Here's your reward for sharing. It's a human effigy. Take a closer look. Who do you think it's supposed to be? Think back, deep into your past. Yes, it's an effigy of you.
So oh, sorry.
What I'm wondering about the human effigies is if they slightly, like, maybe they restore your humanity or whatever, but I think one thing about them is
Tattoo. Oh my god.
when you look in the human effigy, it reminds you of your past and who you are. Maybe that's what they do every time.
To bring it back to humanity.
It restores some of your sanity.
That actually makes it a lot more sense to me now. Anyway, so human effigy is actually going to be your equivalent of humanity in this game, just like Kyle was saying. You can actually...
But on the bonus side, you don't have to use them at a bonfire.
You can use them anywhere. The downside, you're gonna have to use them a lot more, because in this game it's really suckish, but when you die you'll permanently have some of your HP removed from you slowly, more by more.
Anyone
who's
who's played Demon Souls will know that misery.
And it sucks, but I mean, as soon as you use a human effigy, that cap is taken off of you, and so it makes it a little bit better.
And you're good to go yet again.
Yeah, so while we're here, might as well customize our character. Do we want to customize him? I mean,
I think he's pretty good looking.
Oh yeah, in fact, look at those abs.
Wait, one thing. Let me see one thing. Physique. There we go.
Now we're buff. Anyways, this game is actually really cool because it has a lot more options for you to have. It has advanced settings. In fact, you can have sorry, I meant to say tattoo, and you have a lot of different things.
Yeah, you couldn't have a jaw in the last game.
It just kind of open.
I mean,
you were a zombie and just kind of falling off like.
But it's really cool because you have a lot of customization in this game. Kind of like Skyrim, but, you know, not with the race thing. I mean, Skyrim had like several races. Anyways, classes. Kind of like races. So we have our regular classes and a few extra ones and a few not here. Pyromancy, I don't know if that's going to be in this game so far. I haven't seen it yet. I hope so. I loved it, but not a character we can select. We have Warrior, just like always.
Who has a broken sword, which is lame.
Yeah, seriously.
Knight,
Warrior, no, sorry.
Knight is the one I started out as. He's very reliable.
It's really good because he starts out with a good amount of strength and all that stuff. But
and Falconer armor, which is good.
And then you also have your Swordsman, which is the one I'm probably going to be going with just because I like Dexterity, I like speed weapons, I like stuff like that. I feel like it's a really balanced guy to start out with. My recommendation is either Knight or Swordsman, unless you're a sorcery character.
In which case, go with your sorcery.
And then you have Bandit. Alright, but I mean, like, look at the helmet, man.
What? If you look at the strength and the dexterity, he's got some pretty good stats.
Yeah, he's actually
But his adaptability isn't very good.
Yeah, and then you have Cleric. I mean, sweet robe, not my type thing. Sorcerer, Explorer, not the one you're gonna go with because, I mean, he looks French. Why would you go French?
Does he have a monocle?
He does,
seriously,
which is friggin' stupid. He has a monocle and a beret, and then that's, you know...
And the Deprived is just for those who are feeling adventurous.
Has nothing to fight with except life-affirming flesh.
The one thing that
Look at my gorgeous physical form that has been passed down the Armstrong line for Wait, Full Metal Alchemist, what?
Deprived, I would only suggest to you guys if you want to customize your character a little bit more, because he starts with balanced stuff, and he's the only one to start out with level 1, which means that you can get more customization and easier leveling in the beginning.
And if you've already beaten the game, then it's just like, hey, extra challenge.
Yeah. So, you good with Swordsman, bro?
I'm doing Knight on my own time, so let's do Swordsman.
Alright, Gift is actually not as OP as in the last game.
I'm thinking we should go Healing Wares.
Healing Wares is probably the best option you have. It gives you
20
some
life
nice
gems
stuff.
is nice.
Does it give you 20?
20.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Hoe and Bone, you can get those anywhere in the game. Seed of Giants, I mean, it's...
Well, it's giving us 20 life stone. It's looking like we're getting life gems either way.
Life gems are, though, really important. Life Ring increases HP. I mean, that's pretty good thing to start out with.
So we get life gems either way, along with whatever bonuses we want.
I mean, this one comes with, like, the Radiant ones, as well as a large...
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, okay.
YOLO!
The only other thing I would advise is Life Ring, just because 4 ring slots, why not? I mean, I don't know if you get that anywhere else in the game. I haven't seen it yet. So,
I think we're bueno.
Yeah, muy bueno. What's the Spanish for that?
Muy bueno, very good.
All people come here for the same reason. To break the curse. You're no different, I should think. Doesn't stand a chance. Well, you never know. Go through the door and trot along to the kingdom. But remember, hold on to your souls. They're all that keep you from going hollow. Oh, I'll fool you no longer. You'll lose your souls. All of them. Over and over again.
I feel like we gotta go like Guru on that.
Yeah.
No, wait, no, Bishop Popos. Anyway, so guys, see, we have 20 life gems, which is really awesome to start with this.
That's incredible!
And I feel like I'm wearing a super cool coat. And my favorite line of this entire game so far is what she said right there. Who am I fooling? You'll die over and over again. You'll lose all of them. It's so true, because
I mean... It's the developers just saying, we're going to have them say straight up, you're gonna die. This is Dark Souls. Surprise.
It's like, hint, hint, you're gonna die. And actually, they're right, because in the very beginning of the game, the first actual level, in my opinion, what is it called? Wharf something?
No Man's Wharf.
It is butt kicking, and you're gonna have
a fun time part that I'm going to get to do.
This limbo between... Oh wait, this is a limbo. I forgot about that part of that. So we're actually in a non-Drag Lake.
We're not in Drang Lake yet.
Yeah. Decayed Kingdom. Okay, so here we are. We're gonna actually have our first bonfire right here, which is actually where we're gonna stop for our first episode, just because that's a decent place to start. Because there's gonna be some enemies up next. It's like your tutorial place.
Cart who's boss.
Yeah, Cart. Like seriously,
we got a torch.
Torch is important. So
you're not gonna make it through this game without a torch. I tried going into it not wanting to use one. I was wrong. I was so wrong.
I was wrong, man. Shouldn't have done it.
Never have I been so wrong.
Okay. One thing we should point out before we go, traveling is immediately in this game.
We can warp between bonfires immediately, which is incredible!
It's so cool, because in the last game you didn't get it until later. And it's really, really handy, because we're going to need it for
And we start out with
specific
the item
things.
box, which is also nice.
The other thing is that you cannot level up at bonfires. We'll show you the character level later that gives you that ability, but we can't do it yet. So attuning spells, same, burning. Actually, do you know what...
We're not really sure what that is
We haven't looked into it yet, but we'll get on that. Item box, we actually start out with this item, which is super nice because you don't want a cluttered item bin and you don't want to have to spend unnecessary monies, souls, stuff.
Cash money!
Seriously. Anyway, so that's been a cool episode, guys. I'll be here for you next time. My name has been Jayron. I have my left side.
My name's Kyle.
And
I'm Nick.
And we'll see you guys next time.